Hi everyone, my name is Bruce Schwartz. Thanks so much for the generous contributions and for the support, the comments. I was offline, guys, all day. I was just able to get this one up. An amazing view of the surface. We're looking at high dynamic range and different ways of viewing the surface. Just exquisite. I'd say this is one of the best ones, like I did with Bissell Crater. And now these craters are on the bottom side of the moon, so you know what? They're probably even watching us. I was not able to get to use my infrared camera very much, aside from just once. Well, I think that's my trademark, or it's my karma, because every time I buy a device, it rains. That's not the end of the world, but I just thought it was funny. It's been over a week and a half, almost 2 weeks that I have it. It's been raining. But then again, Rosa and all the hurricanes, wow, down the other end there, we get rain. That's what we get. Inside of these craters, these objects are constructed, that's for sure. And it is not pixelation, very easy to see the difference. Everywhere inside of the craters, there is a white surface. And whether that white area is because of what is going through this glass tubing or whatever it may be, constructed objects, that's for sure. Is it something that's, livable, inhabited, or is it a machine? That could be too. It's starting to look a lot like machinery, mechanical devices, etc. Just beautiful. We're looking at high dynamic range. This is X-ray, and we'll be looking now at high dynamic range of, is what I started out with. Look at Bissell Crater in the center, that line there, right down the path, the green surface of Muir Serenitatis. High dynamic range brings out so much detail. I used to use high dynamic range with nature photography to bring out mountains, sunlight, rays, you name it. Now here's an amazing view of the ground level inside of Muir Serenitatis. I'll even get an arrow up on Bissell Crater, which is just along this line there. That black spot right in the center there on the bottom is Bissell Crater. This is the ground level surface. See how everything is connected? There's Bissell Crater. Look around it. Just like Bissell Crater. It's, you hear people say that there's a framing on the surface. This isn't pixelation. This is the real thing. Muir Fecunditatis, look at the greenery. It's so green, and just on the bottom left there is the Apollo 11 moon landing. That's where they landed. When they landed, yeah, purple rocks for sure. I bet you they were mentioning purple rocks. There are purple rocks. There's every color in the book of the spectrum of light, of the color wheel. Come on, look what we're looking at. It is so colorful. And the rest around it, those white spots and patches, really do remind me of cloud cover. Oh, it's incredible how it looks like we're looking at a surface with a very similar atmosphere to Earth. John Lear said it, and if those who don't know John Lear, a retired CIA agent who did a lot of work exposing some of the lies of the system. Check him out. John Lear's on Facebook, on social media. The surface structures are so hard to see and small for us, pressed up against the surface. So when we're looking at small objects, people are saying, oh, it's just pixelation. It's not pixelation. It's very large objects on the surface. Looks like a framing on the surface. Most amazing finding ever in archaeology. Can you imagine the archaeology site up there excavating this? Because we don't know if these are ancient or not. What we're seeing as activity on the surface, yes, it could be, aliens or us visiting what is up there. There's that monolithic object in the southern Highlands that I love talking about. Looks like the spacecraft that they talk about often sometimes, with the big butt, sitting on the surface and the nose high and towering over, which reminds me of the Apollo landing. I don't know which one it was, but they caught a supposed picture of the spaceship. Is that real, that footage? You know what I mean? That long spaceship with the asteroid, supposed meteor or asteroid mark right inside of the spacecraft. We see some of these videos. They're not, I think it's a Russian video or something. Hey guys, check this out. Remember the surface, 2 UFOs that landed on the surface and that looked like it shot up 45 degrees off the surface? This is in high dynamic range. Again, trying to see the object near impossible, but we can see that beautiful light. Mare fecunditatis, just that bridge-like object at the top right. Some say it's a satellite tower. It could be that too, and we're seeing it lying down, but really it's standing up. Who knows? All I know is that we are looking at an exceptional green surface. Not just green, many other colors, but, you know, brown and green, just like a ground, right? Like Earth. If you look at Earth, the surface. So look at the bottom left here. This is exactly where the Apollo 11 moon landing was. Look how colorful that surface would have been for them when they landed. They were, if they would have landed, right? I mean, how could they have? How could they have? But that doesn't matter. I can still show all this without, you know, whether they did or not. But yeah, east of Copernicus crater, just underneath. These structures are really there, and each time I go back, that framing is still there. Why do I say framing? We're seeing 90-degree angles. Come on. It shows. It shows so much that there's a manipulation, or that there was a manipulation down there. The structures are so small. We'll see it in X-ray. Even more amazing. Clearer detail, obviously, to be able to see it. And you're going to see the little structures on the surface. They're not little, but again, we're seeing them. They're about a mile long, some of the smallest ones that I can see with the telescope. And just an amazing proof that the surface was manipulated everywhere, near basically every crater. And don't forget, I'm seeing UFOs over these areas, right? Real UFOs over these areas. Lights, and some of them are going inside of these darn craters. There we have it in X-ray. And I'm going to get some arrows up on some certain points of interest for me in some 90-degree angles that if you sit back, you guys can see them very well. So this is just east of Copernicus crater in high dynamic range, and I've added some X-ray processing. There they are, these big platform-like objects, you know, symmetrical or not, it doesn't matter. I'm just talking about them because they're interesting to me. But the little structures are hard to see, and they're pressed up against the surface. And when you start showing them really close to the surface, well, not everyone appreciates the way that we're seeing them. It's not easy seeing through that bloody haze or cloud cover, but it's reality. You know, if there's an atmosphere up there, of course there's going to be some clouds. Well, there's more than one veil on the surface, that's for sure, figuratively speaking. You know, different levels of atmospheric disturbance. We have some over Earth. I'm pretty sure that there's some over the moon. But either way, for us to be able to see some of these objects, it's because, yeah, they would be pretty huge. You can see all these things that we don't know what they are, right? But when you look close at how everything is, they really are all connected together. All these jumbled up like objects, which really do look like trees sometimes, right? But hey, we're looking at a green surface. The proof is there. We're seeing UFOs going in and out of some of these areas. It has to be something that's interesting someone for them to be there. Christina Garau Malpertuis, merci beaucoup. Thanks so much for the contributions, my dear, and for being a part of this community. All the help, everyone here, this community is what makes this channel.